45 News Watch. And, well, no, we're on the News Watch set. And right over here, there's yours truly on the News Watch set. And this came out, why, just a few days prior. And as I said, came out just a few days prior, and I was talking about the debate that was going to be at the Scottish Rite Cathedral. And on that very day, and then even furthermore, yesterday, Mr. Shapiro was doing his thing as he's running for governor. Some things that need to make sense to you. First of all, the question has to be, and I put it in the title, who is William Brown? William M. Brown, to be exact. And, well, we're going to take a second to listen to this. May not know, but as you go up Mercer Street, you cross Lincoln Avenue, and you get to the top of the hill, Wallace. Right on the right-hand side, catty corner from where you are at the stop sign, that was the house of the Lieutenant Governor. And we're going to look. Now, the house of the Lieutenant Governor. Yeah, right here. Currently, the Belladonna Inn. This house was the home of William M. Brown. And just to give you an idea, there he is. This was William M. Brown, and he was the Lieutenant Governor of Pennsylvania. Now, I think rather than just listen to the tape that we did on Newswatch, I think what I'll do is kind of go over this with you. William M. Brown was born in Greenville, Mercer County, PA, on September 20th, 1850. Now, interesting enough, before that date, that part of Lawrence County was considered Mercer County. County Line Street was the county line between Beaver and Mercer County. Okay, he was born in 1850, September 20th, and is a resident of Newcastle, Lawrence County. He was about 5 years of age when his father died, and shortly afterwards, his mother removed to Iowa, where he received an early education in the public schools. Now, keep in mind, just a few days ago, we talked about a gentleman on Mercer Street, and I want you to kind of go back to that. This was William Peterson, whose father died at an early age. So, Peterson and William M. Brown both lost their fathers at an early age. He goes to Iowa, gets his early public education, and subsequently he attended grammar school in Warren, Ohio, and the Power Commercial School of Newcastle, PA, and the One Study College of that city. That's this city. One Study College of Newcastle, PA. Mr. Brown studied law in Newcastle with Judge McMichael and was admitted to the bar in 1876. He practiced the profession 8 years. He served as a special agent of the Land Office Department of the United States from 1883 until the following August, when he resigned and resumed the practice of law. Mr. Brown, politically, is a Republican. He is and was a candidate for the member of the House of Representatives from Lawrence County in 1876. Now, to give you an idea, and what I'm looking at as here's a man whose father died, moved to Iowa, and what we've learned in this last few days is people here went to other states very freely. Went to Iowa. The other guy we were talking about went to the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. Now, there were no vehicles, transportation wasn't easy. He practiced law for 8 years, special agent. He was a Republican. He was candidate for the House of Representatives in Lawrence County in 1876 and again in 1880. Then, after being candidate for those offices, he took some time and met a guy called, and I want to get this name right, the candidate, for which he was running with was Pennypacker for governor. So he studies law, works for the land office. He's a Republican. He was a candidate for the House of Representatives, 1876, 1880. Both times he was defeated by a very small majority. In November 1896, he was elected member of the Pennsylvania Senate for the 47th District, composed of Lawrence and Mercer counties, and at the session of legislature in 1897, he held a conspicuous position as a leader in that body. And I gotta watch it, making him kind of important in his day. Now, and I want to get this straight for you. Both times he was by a small majority, he held a conspicuous position as a leader in that body, making him a very credible record as a debater and achieving honorable distinction. He served as a member of a select council of Newcastle for 6 years. In 1890, business interests compelled him to undertake the building and operation of the electric streetcar line, and for the past 14 years, he devoted his attention exclusively to the work on the line, until he recently was president of Rapid Transit Railroad of Syracuse, New York. He was married to Miss Margaret Fultz, and they had 2 children. He was nominated lieutenant governor by the Republican State Convention in 1902 and elected in November of that year by plurality of, and inaugurated in 1903. Now, that's William Brown. Some of the things that we had told you about him in the past show, and you can go back and look at this. He negotiated contracts for the government, and it should be noted that when he was negotiating these contracts, I don't know if you're aware, but there was quite a bit of rail that moved through Newcastle, streetcar lines and railroads. He negotiated federal contracts which required him to return for 2 years to Iowa, and then he moved back to Newcastle in 1885 and opened the door to a department store and helped finance the city streetcar line. Brown was soon elected as a Republican city council member. In 1896, he was elected to the Pennsylvania State Senate. Samuel Pennypacker was governor and served from 1903 to 1907, to which Brown was lieutenant governor. Now, isn't that just an amazing amount of history that happened within a few blocks of each other? Because as you look at the historical moment we had with William Patterson, and that's in the LGKG building, and you look at William Brown, which when you go up the top of the hill, you hit Lincoln Avenue, and one street beyond it is Wallace. You're on Mercer, so one street beyond it, Wallace Avenue. 2 blocks away from each other were 2 men that shaped not only Newcastle, but Lawrence County. At the end of his career term in Harrisburg, Brown returned to Newcastle and invested in banking and railroad interests. In 1914, he was elected to the House of Representatives, but died before he was able to take office. Just an amazing type of history. And this came out as Chris Fry, it was suggested that running for lieutenant governor. And we know Chris is a Republican. And I just thought I'd tell you that there was another guy that was a lieutenant governor from Newcastle under Samuel Pennypacker. How would you like a name like that? Samuel Pennypacker. Wow. A lot of great history in what I call the greatest castle in the world. And, we should be proud of this history. It gives you a real good sense of what the town was like and what was going on here during the early stages of Lawrence County. Now, I'm Angelo Perrotta. This is NCTV45. And this was a historical moment with who is William M. Brown. Well, now you know. Have a great day. Remember, we're available anytime on your time. And tell a friend. They'll appreciate it. See you again.